Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you all doing today? I hope you're all keeping well. I am still away up in Campbelltown for the next few days, but I thought I would hop on really quickly and have a chat with you about the price increases that are going to be coming into effect from the 1st of September if you're on Mounjaro. So obviously this was announced a couple of weeks ago now, and there's been sort of lots of worry and speculation and things from lots and lots of people about this. And so I know lots of you are worried about how much this is going to cost, if it means it's the end of your journey, where you should go from here, etc. And I've had loads of messages from everybody. Now, I'd said that I was going to wait until we knew what the price increases were before I came on to chat about it, but honestly I've had so many messages, I thought let's just come on, I'll just share what information I've got, which has just come through emails and from the website from the provider I'm with, and I can kind of like hopefully just give you my take on it. And like let you know what I'm planning to do as well. So as of today, it is currently what date are we on now? It is the 22nd of August. So we've still got just over a week yet before the new price increases come in. But yeah, let's have a little breakdown about it. So I'm not going to go into all of the politics about why it's happening and things, but yeah, we all know now that Eli Lilly are raising the prices of Mounjaro to UK suppliers. So, which then means it's got a knock-on effect for all of us who are like paying for these private prescriptions. And so obviously, yeah, the increases are going to be happening, and there's reports of it being like up to 170% increases. So let's have a look at that, break it down, see what we do know, what the facts are for now, what your options are. I'll let you know what I'm sort of thinking. And then as soon as I know any definite prices, I will come back on and then we can have a chat about it again. So I think the first thing is like, obviously let's just wait. I've said this before in my vlog the other day. Let's just wait until we actually know what these prices are going to be before we sort of really start panicking. I have seen a few, I think like proposed prices from some other pharmacies, not from the ones I'm with, so I can't say if this is correct or not. And it certainly looks like the 2.5 and 5 milligrams should remain under £200. So I think that does sort of keep it hopefully as an option for lots of people. But let's look at what we know. So back on the 15th of August, I got an email from MedExpress. That's who my provider is. And basically just saying, just in case you haven't seen the news, prices are going to be increasing, and that these price hikes are coming from Eli Lilly and not from like the pharmacies here in the UK. So it's not something the pharmacies want to happen. And so what they're saying with that in mind, obviously demand for Mounjaro prescriptions has now kind of like rocketed and gone through the roof. Everyone's kind of like panicking a little bit, like wanting to make sure that they can secure their next pens at the best price possible before these increases, which is understandable, isn't it? Because potentially it could be a massive price rise. And so they've said now that MedExpress, and I imagine this is probably across the board with lots of other providers as well, they're now experiencing a delay in getting those orders out to people. So they're saying they're experiencing now like a 7 to 10 day delay on new orders. Stock levels are changing quickly, but will keep us updated so that we can make the best decision for our weight loss treatment. And it says here that so MedExpress are still finalising the new prices, and as soon as they have them, they will share them with us all as like customers. And they're hoping that it'll be as little disruption as possible to like our weight loss treatment. So it says here your options right now, so you can explore the clinician-led switching service over to Wegovy, and they have got a massive portion about how to switch over to Wegovy, which we'll talk about in a minute, and I'll look at that side by side, look at the dose comparisons, what you should be going over to and things like that as has come from MedExpress. And this is not me giving you medical advice, I'm just purely letting you know, I'm sort of relaying the information I've got here in my emails as a customer. So yeah, so you can switch over to Wegovy, which is a more cost-effective treatment, still has proven results, and it is trusted worldwide. It's obviously a licensed weight loss drug. You can visit their weight loss health guide to compare different treatments side by side, or you can speak to the clinical team for personalised advice and answers to any questions. And it just says here, like, if you've got a question, we're here to help. Get in touch. And I think they're just like, obviously they're trying to do everything they can to provide as much information at this moment. So that was the first email I kind of got. There's a few clickable links on there as well. After that, let me just have a look here. I got another email, and this came through on the 19th of August, so just on Tuesday here. And it just says, again, just to remind you, like, prices are going up. So following this announcement, MedExpress have now changed their policy. Instead of only being able to order one pen every 28 days, they've now increased it so that we can actually purchase an extra pen. So it means we can now place 2 orders within a 28-day period. And it says, if you want to reorder your medication, do it now. So that means, yeah, you can get it at the current price while stocks last, to help you stay on track. So it says, how much Mounjaro can I purchase? In each order, you can only purchase 1 month supply, like 1 pen, but a maximum of 2 orders, 2 pens will be allowed in 28 days. So you can get double prescription, really. And that's going to last, it'll remain in place while stocks last. And again, a reminder that they are experiencing delays in getting the orders out. However, they have taken on additional staff. They're working hard to process orders as quickly as possible. And then as soon as prescription has been approved and on its way, they'd let us know. And then there's like a quick link to go through and reorder your medication. So that's obviously if you're an existing customer. And then I just got an email yesterday just saying important guidance on using your medication. So obviously with so many people like ordering extra pens, I think they're wanting to make sure you know how to store your pens safely so that you're not wasting that medication. It's going to stay in the optimum condition for you to be using it. So obviously it just says here, we understand some patients may have ordered more than 1 pen recently. To keep your treatment safe and effective, please follow the important advice. So it just says, make sure you stick to your treatment plan, only have 1 pen in use at any time. So you don't open multiple pens. Obviously, as soon as you open your pen, you can only use it within that 30 days. And also, like, any new pens that have been unopened, you must store them in the fridge, especially if you normally keep your pen at room temperature once you're using it. You can keep it at room temperature under 30 degrees. However, once you do that, it will only last 30 days, whether you've used it or not. So if you haven't used your pen, keep it in the fridge, and then you can check how long you can keep it in the fridge. It'll have an expiry date on the outside of your pen, and that is for an unused pen. As soon as you've used that first injection out the pen, your 30 days starts counting whether it's in the fridge or not. So yeah, just to make sure you know that. It just says as well, reminder, just have 1 injection a week, and make sure you leave at least 7 days between the injections. Injecting more frequently can increase like side effects and potential serious side effects. Discard your pen after your 4 doses. Each pen lasts 4 doses. And then it just says your health and ongoing treatment. This supply is prescribed for you alone. So yeah, remember, it is a prescribed medication. You shouldn't be sharing it with friends or anybody else you know, or ordering it for somebody else. Or if somebody else says, oh, I've got extra, do you want it? You know, you should just be using your own pen. Don't give your medication to anyone else. Each prescription is individually assessed, and giving it to others puts their health at risk. If there are any changes to medical history or meds, let them know. And if you've got any side effects, let them know. We know some of you have stocked up due to the recent news of price increases. The most important thing is to continue using your treatment safely, exactly as prescribed. So clearly they're not against us getting extra pens, storing them safely, and then using them as per prescription. So that's really good to see that they're acknowledging that we are, you know, we are probably going to like try and protect our own weight loss. Now let me just pop through into their website and just have a little look here. And so bear with me, I'm just going to pause you whilst I get logged on, and we'll look at some of the information on their app. So when you first come onto their website, there is at the top here in the green, I think I've just made sure I've not just pressed my order history. Let me just wait here. So you can see here there is like the weight loss bit, and that this, it says weight loss health guide, a guide created to give you everything you need to feel informed and confident about your GLP-1 journey. Then under that it says, in case you missed it, weight loss price changes ahead, explore your options. So if you clicked on that, they've got loads of information here. It is honestly really useful if you're not sure what to do. And it just says here, Mounjaro price changes explained. I'll maybe try and do a little split screen here so you can see this as I go. And in fact, why don't I do a screen recording just now, and then I can share this with you as I'm looking at it. Okay, here we go. So yeah, it just says, so Mounjaro's manufacturer will increase all UK prices in September. Wegovy is now significantly less expensive per pen. Then our clinical team can support your safe switch from Mounjaro to Wegovy. So they've got a little bit here, first of all, where you can compare treatments. If we scroll down, so we've got Wegovy versus Mounjaro. So average weight loss for Wegovy, 15% compared to 20% with Mounjaro. It tells you what the drug is. They're both weekly injections. You can obviously increase, decrease, maintain your doses. The Wegovy it doesn't affect oral contraception like Mounjaro does. So if that's something you're worried about, then that's a positive switch. They've got less injection site reactions with Wegovy compared to Mounjaro. Wegovy is licensed for heart health. It says Mounjaro isn't. Wegovy is licensed for kidney disease. Mounjaro isn't. And it tells you a little bit breakdown about what those studies were that showed those findings. Can I switch to Wegovy? It says yes, switch medications is common practice. The goal is just to find the safest, most effective option for your needs. So if financial affordability is, well, which for all, it's a thing for all of us really, isn't it? But if that is going to really determine whether you can stay on Mounjaro or not, you have got an option. You know, it says yes, you can lose, you know, you're still going to be losing weight on Wegovy. You don't need to start from the very beginning. They're going to switch it over to an equivalent dose, which is really good. I know lots of people worry that they're going to have to start back down on the lowest dose. And it's now going to be much, much cheaper. And it's got some frequently asked questions here. So why has it changed in price? So it tells you there a little bit about that. You can pause the screen if you want to there. I can't afford Mounjaro at the new price. Can I switch to another medication? So yes, you can switch to Wegovy. Prices start from $99.99 a month on Wegovy. So I've just paused the video a second just to pop in this screenshot of the Wegovy prices on MedExpress. So the starting dose of 0.25 milligrams is £99.99. The next dose up, 0.5 milligrams, is £134.99. 1 milligram is £149.99. 1.7 is £179.99, and 2.4 is £199.99. Why are you recommending switching from Mounjaro to Wegovy? And this is here, they're just saying that their priority is to make sure you can continue on your weight loss journey with as little disruption as possible. So obviously it's saying if the price makes a big difference for you, then it makes sense to switch to a cheaper GLP-1 medication. So it's more cost effective, and then they can be there to continue supporting you through your weight loss journey. Is it as effective? So on the clinical trials, so it is slightly less effective than Mounjaro, and that's because Mounjaro is a dual acting medication. It has GLP-1 and GIP, and Wegovy just has the GLP-1 without the GIP, and they work in different ways. However, they still got a lot of weight loss, but later this year, there is going to be a new higher dose of Wegovy, which isn't currently available. They're working on a high strength Wegovy, which is going to become available. It's in clinical trials, and people on this dose lost 21% of their body weight, with about a third of people losing 25% or more. Side effects were similar as that seen on the 2.4 milligrams. This is quite a high, significant jump. But if you look at this now, this is really comparable weight loss wise to that of tirzepatide and Mounjaro. So even if you switch over to Wegovy now, there is going to be room to increase up to a higher dose if you need that later on in your journey. So that's something really interesting, which I've not seen anywhere else until like I read into this now. I didn't know there's going to be a new higher dose of Wegovy coming out later on. So I'll get the same side effects. So they work similarly. You can get similar side effects. If you've been tolerating Mounjaro, you're less likely to experience any new or increased side effects on Wegovy. So again, a lot of it can be like being tired, headaches. It's being mindful to make sure you're eating properly, drinking well, and things like that. But there's lots of information there, and they've got a weight loss health guide as well you can click on. Could your weight loss plateau if you switch? It's unlikely during the medication switch, but it's not impossible. Might slow down. Will I still get support on it? Yeah, the clinical team are going to be there supporting you on that. Do I have to start at the lowest dose? No, not always. And there's a little bit of information there as well. Scrolling down, so this is quite handy. And so this is a dose comparison tool. So if you select whatever dose of Mounjaro you're on, and then it'll tell you like what the comparable dose on Wegovy is. So if you're on 2.5 milligrams of Mounjaro, the equivalent dose on Wegovy is 0.25 milligrams. 5 milligrams of Mounjaro would be 0.5 milligrams, and it tells you that you can step down, so that's quite good. It tells you how you can move down. The 7.5 milligrams of Mounjaro is equivalent to 1 milligram of Wegovy. 10 milligrams of Mounjaro is equal to 1.7 milligrams of Wegovy. 12.5 milligrams of Mounjaro is equal to the 2.4 milligrams of Wegovy. And then 15 milligrams at the moment, the highest dose, as I said, is at 2.4 milligrams. But later in the year, or did it say 26? What year did it say? Did I say? Where did I say it here? Yeah, later this year. So there should be that new higher dose. I have just actually lost that screen. Honestly, I'm on this Wi-Fi here and it is really bad. Okay, how much could you lose? So you can put in how much you weigh, and then it's got a sliding scale. If you're on Mounjaro compared to Wegovy, what you would, what you're likely to lose. So, but it's not bad. They are similar, and then it's got some testimonials and things there. I thought, what's these other FAQs? Just trying to see if there's anything in here that might be useful for you. But I think it's just about have a look on your provider's website. I think you're going to be absolutely bombarded with information. You've probably been getting emails as well. If you're wanting to switch providers, just make sure that you've got some medication first, because obviously if you're switching, that's normally a bit of a more sort of like lengthier process, switching from one to the other anyway. And then if you're not necessarily going to be able to get that stock, if there's delays with the stock, it could take you even longer. I don't want you to go without your medication. So it might be worth ringing if you're thinking about switching to see, what that process is going to be at this sort of particular moment in time. But I mean, there's loads and loads of information on the website, and so let me just stop this screen recording. So I mean, for me, what am I going to do? I am currently on 5 milligrams in the maintenance bit of my journey. The dishwasher's on. I've got a 5 milligram pen already in my fridge. I wasn't going to order one this week because I'm currently away. But then I figured, well, if there's going to be a 10-day, potentially 7 to 10 day delay, I might as well just place my order. And then even if it arrived at the weekend whilst I was away, I could use that pen next and my 30 days would be counting and that'd be okay. So I ordered a pen. It hasn't been prescribed yet. It's still processing. Obviously, I'm not worrying because I know there's a delay there. And then last night, I got an email to say I can order another pen. So I've just put another order in, guys. So yeah, I am going to have a bit of a stash in my fridge. But I'm protecting my own weight loss journey. I feel okay with that. I've not lied to get my pen. I've not sort of hopped around different pharmacies, sort of trying to sort of sneakily get it. I've stayed with the same provider for my whole journey. They're authorising the prescription. If they're not happy with that second pen, they just won't authorise it at the end of the day. But when I placed my first order the other day, well, like my newest order the other day, and then obviously it comes up that you can't reorder until it gives you a set date. But then I got an email yesterday saying if you want to order another pen, you can. And then like the little fast link button was activated again on my account, so I could order another pen. So I have done. So I've got 2 pen prescriptions processing. Whether they both get dispatched or not, I don't know, but that I'm okay with that. I also have in my fridge a couple of 2.5mg pens back from when I was moving house, and I'd managed to sort of secure a couple of extra orders. Quite often MedExpress used to like open up the orders every 2 weeks. You could order a new pen, and when I wasn't sure how I was going to be titrating down, I'd ordered a couple of 2.5mg pens, especially because I was going to be moving house and I wasn't sure where I was going to be living whilst I was relocating. So I do have a couple of 2.5s in my fridge as well. I'm really happy I've got them now. They've got a really long expiry date on. So really, if I get these ones as well, I'm going to be okay for a few months. So I kind of feel okay with that now, and like I can step down and see where I am. Obviously I'm going to be waiting for the prices to come out. As soon as they come out, I'll share that information with you, but we should all be getting that information around about the same time, and I'm pretty sure social media is going to be flooded with all the prices. I think as long as it remains under £200, I'm probably going to stay on Mounjaro. If it goes ridiculously high, then I will consider switching to Wegovy, and I think rather that than just going cold turkey, coming off it or whatever. I am going to be doing a refocus on my maintenance anyway at the beginning of September. I'm going to be doing a brand new maintenance update video, and we'll discuss things then. And actually I'll maybe do that for the 1st of September. It could tie in quite nicely, and we'll start sort of doing our Mounjaro maintenance update videos again. Lots of you have been asking, obviously life's just been crazy busy with the house move, then with my parents living with me for 2 months, and then now I'm away, and I'll be getting back and things will settle down, and then hopefully I'll be here to be able to help you support all of you guys with your journeys as well, with your weight loss part of it, your maintenance part. I'm always here. DMs are always open. The comment section is always there. If I can't reply straight away, other people will help you. Please bear in mind that none of us can give you medical advice. So if you've got any awful side effects, if you've got any questions in relation to your own specific health needs, you should be contacting your provider. And above all else, if you are going to be struggling financially with the price increases and you don't want to switch to a different GLP-1, please, 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 whatever you do, do not get any of these dodgy injections from salons, your mate down the so-and-so, somebody off WhatsApp. The only place you can get safe medication is from a registered pharmacy, you know, or like your NHS provider. So do not be getting it from some dodgy place that, you know, if the prices seem too good to be true, they are too good to be true, and you're just dicing with your own health, and it's just honestly not worth it. So you're better off just coming off it completely. But if you've been able to afford Mounjaro at the current prices, you can't afford the new one, try Wegovy. Just try it, you know. And if any of you are wanting to have a discount code or anything, obviously I do have a code for MedExpress. You know, if you want that, feel free to message me. If you know somebody else that's with MedExpress, contact them. They'll be able to share you a code as well. If you are with MedExpress and somebody you know wants to switch to them, share your code with them as well, and then you can get some credits towards your next pen. And every little thing does help, doesn't it? So yeah, just do what you can. So yeah, I thought I'd just pop on. It's a bit of a long rambly one, but I will link through to MedExpress as well, to their little FAQ page. I think it's quite good that you can sort of compare the two drugs side by side and just look at like the dose comparisons. And as I say, I had no idea there's going to be like a higher dose of Wegovy coming out. So that's sort of something good to think about. And that high dose does give you really similar results to Mounjaro too. So guys, I hope you're all fine. I hope you're not stressing or worrying too much. Just keep on doing what you're doing. Focus on your, you know, hydration, eat plenty of protein, get your strength training in, you know, do all the things that you are able to take control of. Do all of that, and honestly just stick with it. You're doing fine. Or like, if you're on a higher dose, you know, could you really sort of manage trying a lower dose and see how you're on that? And that's going to be cheaper, isn't it? So can you sort of stay on a lower dose for longer, or maybe sort of work your way back down and just have a slower, steadier weight loss journey? I don't know. I think only you know your own circumstances. Anyway, that's it really. I just wanted to pop on quickly and just say I'm here. My DMs are open on Insta. Comments are there. You can email me. I will always do my best to get back to you. Sometimes it might take me a little bit, but you're not alone on your journey. All right, guys, take care. I'll see you all very soon. As soon as if I have like any more updates, I will pop on now. And yeah, take care. See you soon. Bye for now.